Hello, hello, hello. Greetings to all Ambazonians. Greetings to all the ARF on ground zero. Greetings to all friends of Ambazonia. This is SOS Rev Asong. I'm here today to motivate and inspire all Ambazonians and all the ARF on ground zero. I hope everyone is doing okay wherever they are. I hope by the grace of God, we'll finish this race and we'll finish it strong. I brought two things to the ARF: motivation and inspiration. Motivating Ambazonians during this difficult moment, we brought two words for the people of Ambazonia: motivation and inspiration. Although the two words are often used interchangeably, they actually mean quite different things. Moving people to act in a way that achieve a specific and immediate goal. I need all the ARF to go aggressively with La République du Cameroon agent, the CPDM elite, and chase them out of our country. We need all the ARF to go aggressively with the economic sabotage. We are not going to relent on economic sabotage. We need all the ARF to cross over to La République du Cameroon territory and cause havoc. We need all the ARF to go into La République territory and inflict the same pains that they have inflicted on our people for these 5 years. We know that our fate depends on all of us. We have no godfather, we have no godmother. I've come to encourage all the ARF on ground zero and all the civilians as well that the independence of Southern Cameroon is solely dependent on all of us. And there is a reason why we all have to be aggressive on all those blacklegs and all those enablers among our community. So it will be of all our best interests to make sure that we implement this Operation Clean the House, Operation Clean Out all the enablers, Operation Clean Out the blacklegs. It's very important for all Ambazonians to take that responsibility to make sure we enforce it on the ground. We in the diaspora will do our best to make sure that everything, everything, including those that are doing constructions during war, we'll make sure that we'll get their information and hand them to you people to know what to do best. So we need all ARF to take the fight to La République territory, inflict pains on them, make sure that their homes, their businesses are set ablaze the same way they are doing in Ambazonia territory. The international community has decided to go mute on the Ambazonia war. The international community have decided to take side with La République du Cameroon. So the fate of our independence is solely in our own hands. And we have to do everything possible to make sure that we get this independent, whether they like it or not. I think some Ambazonians were thinking that Macron's visit to Ambazonia was for our interests. But let me tell you, Macron came to enforce the killing in Ambazonia. If you are waiting for some godfather somewhere, then you have to think twice. I want to encourage all the ARF to do your possible best to make sure that anybody that looks like a hindrance to this independence does not live to see the next day. We are not playing, we are not joking. Let me remind all of you that The reason why we decided to take up these arms was because we thought that we were being subdued by colonial masters. Despite the fact that we have all the resources, they have decided to turn us into second class citizens. And that was the main reason why we all stood up, the teachers and the lawyers stood up to fight for their right. It's rather unfortunate that some of them has fallen by the wayside, but that does not mean that we are going to give up our rightful independence. This is our independence, this is our inheritance, and we are not going to allow anybody in any form to be an obstacle of hindering us from getting to Boya. Few things I would like the ARF to know. You have to trust yourself. You have to inspire yourself. You have to appreciate yourself, reward yourself, and challenge yourself. Celebrate yourself. Nobody would celebrate you. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself for taking up the arms, deciding to let go everything to make sure that we have this independence. For that reason, I want all of you to celebrate yourself and appreciate yourself. If nobody appreciates you, appreciate yourself that you are doing the right thing and you are on the right track. I also want to let Ambazonians know that we were in the war room looking into the future. That our department, that's DSS and ANSC, we count on you all collaboration for the coming future. The coming future is pregnant with surprises that all the generals and foot soldiers should start recruiting their trusted friends to join the fight we have in the days ahead. Let me repeat this. We want to encourage all the foot soldiers and the generals to recruit all their friends. Recruit all your friends, those that you trust, to join the fight. We are on our own on this race, so we have to recruit trustworthy friends to join the fight so we can fight this fight to the finish line. We have to. We have to. There is no way out. We have to recruit as more as possible so they can join the fight. I would also like to inform the ARF and the civil society that the economic department of the IG has planned a good life for all recognized fighters, dead or alive, to have huge benefits when we have our independence. So whatever sacrifices you all are making, remember that the economic department of this IG is working on a strategy for all the fighters. We will make sure that you all are rewarded. We also want to make you know that any family that has sacrificed a son or daughter in the war will be compensated for life. Every fighter that sacrificed will be compensated, and every family that has sacrificed a son or a daughter will be compensated when we get to Boya. Don't feel that all hope is lost. Please, we have you all in our heart. We have you all in our program. I also want to make the Ambazonians and the ARF that the death of FMA needs to be avenged by chasing his killers and gain Ambazonians and put all blacklegs and enablers to shame. The death of FMA must be avenged by all the ARF to make sure we put his killers to shame and make sure no mercy does not return back to ground zero. We have to do our possible best to avenge the death of FMA the King. No matter how long it will take, let's do our possible best. Let's also make sure, this is an assignment for all the ARF, that the 40 civilians that was picked up by La République du Cameroon in Oko, let's make sure we pick 40 or 80 La République du Cameroon civilians irrespective of who they are in our neighborhood. If we are not possible to pick them up in our neighborhood, let's do everything possible to pick them up in their own territory. We want to encourage all Ambazonians of goodwill to collaborate with us to make sure that we have this independent, to make sure we clean the house, to make sure all the blacklegs, all the enablers that are working tirelessly to ensure that we don't gain this independence are being picked out on a daily basis. We need all your collaboration for this to happen. We also want to make sure that all the ARF be ready. They can call up for a special mission at any given moment. We need all the ARF to get themselves ready as military people, that at any given moment, you all can be called for a special mission. You all should be ready to attend to that call as soon as possible in the days ahead. ARF should watch their backs and attack the enemies when there is clearance and retreat when the enemies is coming. We have to be tactical to see that all fighters live to see Booyah. So you have to all watch your back, watch your surrounding. Don't go to sleep fully. While sleeping, one of your eyes should be open. Please do not trust people around you. Don't give confidence to nobody except God and yourself. Watch your surrounding. We cannot emphasize this enough. FMA departure is enough. We don't want any other loss. The loss of FMA should be the last one. We don't want any other loss among the generals and the FMAs and the foot soldiers. So please remember to watch your back. It's very, very, very important. It's very, very important. I want to remind all Ambazonians, these are for civilians. When our forefathers stood against the Maquisard War that was brought by the Germans, they had no such resources as we have now. They used wisdom and drove back the foreigners' invasion, and they made our country, Ambazonia, what it was before we were illegally invaded by La République du Cameroon again. So our forefathers were able to fight the German using wisdom to make sure we had everything that we had before the colonial masters and their agents came and invaded us and took over everything to their own territory. Today we have this technology, we have this know-how. God has blessed us. Let's make use of it. Let's make sure that we use everything that we have to clean every La République agent, every CPDM elite, every enablers, every La République agent that are working tirelessly to ensure that La République turn us to third-class slaves. Let's make sure such people do not exist in the face of Ambazonia. Let's do our possible best that anybody that is enemy to our independence do not live to see the next day. We want to encourage all of you that we should stay focused and stay strong. We must live up to the standard they set. We must resist our enemies in any and every way and try to go after all enablers and blacklegs within your community. Christians, warriors, he who gave his life for you today demands yours in return. Remember your fathers who conquered Jerusalem and whose names are inscribed in heaven. For those churches, Catholic Church, that are trying to work with the enemies to make sure that we don't have this independence, this message is for you. It's either you stay in your religion's domain and allow us to fight our war quietly, or in the days ahead, we will be forced to ban you in the territory of Ambazonia. It's either you pray for justice and peace to return in Ambazonia, or you stay mute. If you want to be an enabler to help La Republique to continue to invade and kill and burn houses in Ambazonia, and you turn around and say you want to open your schools, you want to open your church services when our fathers and mothers are sleeping in the bushes, they are there having babies in the forest, and you think you can play your politics, we are not going to take that lightly. This message is for Catholic Church and all the other churches in Ambazonia. It will be better for you to pray for God's intervention, for rapid intervention to make sure that justice and peace returned in Ambazonia. We are equal citizens and we deserve the right to live. We will not tolerate any enablers and nor accomplices. Anybody trying to accomplish with La Republique or to enable or to conspire with La Republique to continue to kill our people, will make sure the ARF get them out of the territory. I will advise all of you as the Secretary of State for Defense to maintain your lane and allow us fight for our rightful independence. We cannot emphasize this enough. We cannot emphasize this enough. We want to encourage all the civilians to stay resolute, stay focused, have faith, have patience, believe that no matter how long the race is, we will surely get to the finish line with a matter of time by the grace of God. We also want to let Ground Zero know of four things. Why did all the soldiers pick up arms? Fear of being punished by their superior if they disobey orders. That's what most militaries do. You all are considered as militaries of Amazonia. Why did you pick up arms? Because you were afraid of your superior and you did not want to disobey the orders. Because you are ashamed of letting down your fellow soldiers. Because of anger, of suppression. That's why you decided to pick up the arms to defend your territory and to defend your people. Though you are being betrayed by your same people that you are sacrificing your life for them, I want to encourage all of you that should not demoralize any of you. Despite the fact that you are ready to die, you know you can die anytime, but you are still standing, still willing to make sure 8 million Ambazonians will be shouting and screaming one day in Buea. We give you all the respect, all the courage that we are together in this. The fact that we are not in the bushes, we are praying for you people and we are working and putting strategies on how to expedite the fight. Have faith, don't be discouraged by what people are saying around you. The enthusiasm of a cause that makes the willing to risk their life. I would like all Ambazonians to give a standing innovation to all those who serve us. I would like all Ambazonians to give a standing innovation wherever you are for all the ARF that are risking their life to make sure that one day we all will gather in Buea Bongo Square to celebrate this independence. And I will start by myself on behalf of the FMA, the King of Ambazonia. I don't know if you guys can see me, but this is the standing innovation on behalf of FMA, the King, and all the other foreign generals and all the fighters and commanders that have fallen because of this senseless war brought to us by La République du Cameroon. We caught you all cafe and we said, may you all continue to strengthen the rest that you have left behind to continue the race until we get to Buea. Thank you. And that We have to continue. Um, on that note, um, I brought you all this message to motivate and to encourage all of you to stay focused, stay strong until we get to Goya. We leave you all, ARF, with this message. Fulfill your obligations to free Ambazonians. Respect your chain of command. Selfless services to your people. Honor our flag and not an individual. This message is for the ARF. You are in this revolution because of the flag, not for a particular individual. We want to encourage all of you that no matter who the president is, focus on the flag and make sure you free the homeland. Forget about distractors on social media. Forget about distractors around your neighborhood. Forget about those that call you to mock you to come out of the forest. Just focus on the flag. And remember that you took arms because you believe we have the right to our own inheritance. Just remember that was the main reason you took up arms. You decided to go into the forest to make sure that one day we'll be hailing in Amazonia at Bongo Square. Home, home, home again. That is the reason. Have your personal courage of yourself and don't let anyone discourage your effort. Have your personal courage. So you have to have your personal courage of yourself and don't allow anyone, any single individuals to discourage your effort. You all are doing a fantastic job. We appreciate all of you. We salute all of you for your sacrifices. The Lord bless you. Don't let anybody turn you down. Keep your integrity as an Ambazonia ARF. Be proud of being an Ambazonia ARF. Don't allow any phone calls to call you and try to discourage you for what you are doing to free homeland. The Lord will remember you and Ambazonians will remember you. All those that have gone ahead of you, the Lord will continue to remember all of you. Let's stay focused and let's stay strong. Also, also want to let you all know that when one field marshal is being killed, 40 more field marshal will be raised. For those La Republic slaves, those Amazonians that have decided to sell their soul for crumbs of bread, let me tell you that the fact that you all think you assassinated the icon of the revolution, which is Field Marshal the King, we want to assure you that 40 more Field Marshal will be raised by the Almighty God, and the dynamics on the ground will be changed in the days ahead. You all will be surprised with the way things will be happening in the days ahead. We can assure all of you that Field Marshal the King, the spirit lives with Ambazonia. I know that the demise of FMA the King has demoralized a lot of Ambazonians. It has made a lot of Ambazonians discouraged. They have lost focus. A lot are disappointed. But let me tell you, the only thing that can make Field Marshal smile in his grave, the only reason that can make Field Marshal say, yes, I abandoned my luxury in Yaoundé. I decided to go into the forest to make sure I defend homeland is for us to have independence. So the only thing that we can give him back to make sure that his assassins are put to shame is for us to make sure we revive our spirit, we come out in our numbers, we contribute funds to make sure that this race is not ended halfway, to make sure that we finish this race and have this independent. So all of them, with all the technologies that the Lord gave him, it will not go in vain. So the Nkange de Lefangse that he introduced to the people of Ambazonia will not go in vain. So I want to encourage all Ambazonians, step up, buckle up, put on the armor of God. Let's put fear aside. Let's encourage each other. Come together. Pay your AR fee. Let's raise the funds and put the right material into all the ARF hands so they can cross over to the territory of La République du Cameroon and cause havoc like they have done to our people for 5 or 6 years, counting. In that note, I would like to introduce to you all Secretary Ghana, the Secretary of State for Home Affairs. All right, so I want to really appreciate all of you.
In this land of glory, we the Ambazonian, there shall loyalty. Praise the Son and Savior who granted us a freedom. A legend to the hero who bought this land with their blood. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in our nation, for him we met a honey. Glory, glory, glory to the Father for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Amazonia, land of freedom, we shall live in plenty, meet is our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation. Amazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meet is our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Thank you very much, Secretary Chris. Thank you, ARF Ground Zero 21 gun salute for Una, and God bless Una. We appreciate all Una for what Una they do, for all Una sacrifices. We come today for just come encourage all Una. Say Una stay strong, Una stay focused. We want also encourage the civilians for Ground Zero, the way they believe for our independence. Say una not be discouraged for the fact say FMA die, but una instead be more aggressive for see say una locate all enablers, all black leg them for una quarter, una make sure say una pick them up or una direct ARF them place where they dey hide, una send them for go visit Ekema. We also want make ARF dem know say the faith for this war revolution dey na for inside their hand. Now only them go make sure say we get for Buya by being aggressive with the oppressor. We get for be more aggressive. We get for take this fight, take and enter for La République du Cameroon. Because from every indication, international community they romance with La République du Cameroon. So our faith for our independence, they not solely for our hand. And any black leg, any enabler, where it do everything for make sure say they collect money for La République, disturb this independent. I want just beg una say una make sure say una clean them out of the house. And remember that junction for Kumba, we all know the sacrifice, everything we FM doing for this revolution. I know why some people they quote and wrongly. That junction for Kumba where they call and say Bisek, where they be put FMA the king a body for day. Una go put hashtag from now henceforth, Meme County and all Ambazonians for respect and for honor the FMA for everything we do for this revolution, for how we hold this revolution by itself. Una remember the pressure from 2017, so they can reach for 2020 where some other they start come up, they start tap their inspiration from FM the King. So that particular Bisek junction, we go start call now say FMA the King Junction from now henceforth, because Bisek sef na foreign bank where they inside Kumba. All we know that one. And we would like to make ARF they visit that bank for make sure say that bank not exist again for inside Ekumba. Una know so we get a lot of industry dem wey La Republic di Cameroon be destroy am, dey carry am go will remain useless because according to them, Okalia be like say will be dogs. So we must do everything possible for see say Okalia Bilai and Lele Afrik they comot out of our territory because they not fit call we say they will be dogs and then they dey still stay again with dogs. So we therefore show them wetin wey dogs they fit do for make them understand say next time if you be an invader for some money territory, you're not supposed to call them say they be dogs. I hope so now they understand me. So that junction for BSEC, we'll call and say FMA junction. And we will name most of our generals and FM them. We will name them according to their various streets. It depends when we don't reach for Buya. We will give honor to those the way it be due for their sacrifices, for everything where they do, for make sure say we get this independent. Una fit imagine say some people they sleep for their room, they dey sleep on top their bed, but they get the guts for go collect money for La Republique du Cameroon, for can't kill people where they don't decide for stay for forest. People where they don't decide say they want give up everything for life, for make sure say we get independent way. All we want they fit come enjoy, celebrate. But some people decide say because of their selfish interests, their selfish gain and their family, they decide say they go betray those of una wey una don decide for be for forest. So those kind of people una not even supposed to smile with them 2 times. And any black leg or enabler wey call your phone, tell you say drop arms, come up for bush, can you for town, you dey suffer. Make sure say that particular number you track am down. Put your own people them around for monitor that particular person wey call you. Anytime when they see them for quarter, make them make sure say they let you know so that you pick them. Because now them they make this revolution the delay. And we no go get mercy for such people where they try for discourage una. Well, una don't decide say una want give up life, una ready for that anytime. For make sure say 8 million Ambazonian they get freedom. The how people for America to be sacrificed. So Tiwa na they do not be different from Tiwa other countries they don't do for make sure say their people get independent. So any man where they try for fool you, I see some people say they don't know say Papa Bia they remember them, forgive them road. Because for 60 years where they don't turn una to slave, now just of recent where they don't see say Amber the wrong will come say they want get their own independent, they decide say they want can fool una road and una the fall for those cheap games. The mindset where La Republique du Cameroon they use some of una brothers and sisters for manipulate una. One just tell una say we no go take them lightly with una anymore. It's either you just stay for your lane quiet or you be the black legs and they will send you for go visit people where they supposed to go visit. Now the game that we'll get for do now. More aggressiveness, economic sabotage, crossing over to La Republique territory. We can say this anytime, anyhow, or the international community learn for do the right thing and stop playing politics with the life of our loved ones, our children, our mothers, our brothers and sisters are being burned on daily basis while asleep. They are being burned in their sleep. They are being burned at home. Their properties are being burned. They are being rendered homeless because of this senseless war. And the international community know very well that we are two separate countries, but they have decided to play politics because they are benefiting from the resources that La Republique has pledged all our resources or mortgage all our resources to continue to buy arms to kill our people. We're going to do everything possible. I'm encouraging all the ARF to make sure all those people that are exploiting our timbers, our oils, our gold, make sure you trap all of them and pick them up. We don't have time for any enablers or conspiracy. Conspirators, conspiracy, you are all the same. Make sure you look for them and pick them up wherever they are hiding. We are at war. Anybody going in Ambazonia and doing construction, you are enemy to our progress. You're enemy to our independence, and we are not. We are not going to have mercy on any of those people. From now henceforth, ARF, you have our support to clean the house. Pick all the enablers, pick all the blacklegs, all the CPDM's elites, and those funds and chiefs that are dining with La République du Cameroon for normalcy to return. Make sure you pick them up and you know what to do best. We want to thank you very much, and we'll be joining with my Secretary Ghana, the Secretary of Foreign Affairs. Secretary Chris is Secretary Ghana ready. Secretary Ghana, we
I'm the
can't hear
Secretary of
you.
State for Home Affairs.
Thank you very much, Secretary Ghana, for joining. Um, we want your department to help the ARF to make sure that anybody that is doing constructions in Ambazonia during this period are not allowed to go on with any construction. Constructions are banned during war, and there is nothing like reconstruction in Ambazonia. We need this independence, and this reconstruction is a hindrance for us achieving this independence. So we are relying on your departments to make sure that your eyes are on the ground, since our ARF are in the bushes. As a Home Affairs, do your possible best to help us identify all these blacklegs diaspora enablers that keep going in and out of Ambazonia to do their investment, while others are sacrificing their finances and their life. Others are busy investing. What do you have to say about that, Secretary Ghana?
Oh, thank you, SOS Rev Asong. Yeah, I think you've actually just um, spell out everything that I had to say. We just like to encourage our civilians, especially those in the urban areas, to be very vigilant. Um, let's talk to the people of Boya, Idinao, Muyoka, Tico, and Victoria. You guys are like the you represent the Ambazonians in the capital territory of Ambazonia. So I think you guys need to be very very vigilant, especially at this moment where La Republique is so desperate and is infiltrating us at a very faster rate. So I don't know, what message would you want us to give to our people in Edinao, Boya, Muyuka, Tico, and Victoria, as well as River Aso?
Thank you. I would like to let Ambazonians, the civilians of the 13 counties, to stay focused, be patient, be resistant to any form of mockery or insult or discouragement. I would like to let all of you know that this Ambazonian revolution, I think we are trying our best, though it's just 5 years. If you look at some of the revolutions in the past, you will see how long it took some of them to get to where we are. So, but the enablers and the blacklegs are the result of why we are still delaying this our independence. So it's high time every civilians on the ground do us a favor. Anything that looks suspicious around your community, make sure you call us and let us know. You can call Secretary Chris and let him know, give him all the information, and he will give it to us. The Defense Department, the DSS, and the ANSC will make sure that we do what is right to make sure we have this independent as fast as possible. We cannot do this by ourselves. We need you all collaboration. We need our real civilians who believe in what we are doing. That is the right thing. That we have the right to live free. We have the right to our independence. We need all the civilians to be our eyes on the ground. Be our eyes on the ground. Be our eyes in the diaspora. Look for those people that are helping La Republique to delay this revolution. Make sure we bring them to book. We are relying on you, so be careful with your surrounding. Look for those Bamilekes that have never said anything concerning our revolution and they were born in Ambazonia and they are not supporting this revolution. Those are the people pointing fingers to whoever is an ARF relative or is a family to an ARF, or those are the people that are giving information, because Larry, probably for the past 5 years, we've not heard that any Bamileke has been killed. Those that were born in Amazonia, none of their houses have been burned. So it's a selective killing, which means those neighbors around you are the one giving this information. So you have to identify them and make sure either they move to their territory, because if they were Ambazonians, we don't see any reason why none of them has lost a loved one. We don't see any reason why none of them have lost their property. So it's high time. La Republique has made it very clear that we are not the same people. Despite the fact that during the days of Makiza, our forefathers opened the doors for all of the Bamilekes to come and take refuge in our territory. But today, a lot of them have taken sides with La République du Cameroon. So we are not going to take it lightly. If you know your neighbor that has never said anything positive concerning this Ambazonian revolution, consider them blacklegs, consider them La République informat, and you know what to do, and let us know the next step. Thank you.
So, Rev
Um,
Asong, so you're basically saying that um, to identify people who are working with La Republic, there's a chance they wouldn't be saying anything concerning our revolution. Is that right?
That's very correct, because they will claim that they want to be neutral. You cannot be neutral when your neighbor's house is on fire. There is just no way. And if they had the interest for us, they would have at least been advocating, telling their Francophone brothers to bring justice and peace to the people of Ambazonia. But the fact that they have decided to be mute, it means they are contributing their monies and they are giving to La Republique to come and kill our people. That's just the simple truth about it. There's nothing to beat around the bush about it. It's just the fact. The fact that none of them has been killed. Some people can claim that they want to be neutral, but you have to ask yourself these questions. How come the Bamilekes that are born in Moyoka, how come none of their houses have been burnt? How come none of their families have been killed? Those that are born in Bamenda, how come none of them have been killed? How come none of their houses have been burnt? So it's a selective killing, and the informations are being given by them. The people we think they are our own are the people selling and stabbing us from the back. So it's high time. We were expecting the Bamilekes that were born in our territory, because of the love our forefathers showed their forefathers. They gave them free lands. A lot of them owned lands that never paid. A lot of them did not pay anything reasonable. They invested in our territory because of love of our forefathers. We're expecting that even the 40 young men that were picked up in, some of them that are in our territory would have rioted and marched to colonial governors and say, no, this is not right. Where are those 40 boys? Those are people's children. None of them have shown
Right.
that remorse about it. That means there is no mercy for any of them. The fact that none of the Francophones that lives in our territory has ever come out to protest, even when our mothers are protesting, crying, none of their mothers have ever joined the crowd to sympathize with our mothers, to sympathize with our brothers and sisters for the pains that their brothers are inflicted on us. It's time for us to wake up and stop being remorse about this whole thing. Let's keep our emotions behind and face the truth and the reality of what is happening in our territory. Let's forget about the intermarriage. I know a lot of us are intermarriage with the Bamilekes that were born in Ambazonia and the Yaoundés. But is that a reason why you should allow yourself to become a third class citizen? No. If your husband or your wife loves you and see what is happening with your people, that husband of yours has two identity. He has his francophone identity and he has his neutralization identity, the fact that he's married to you. So he stands a better chance that tomorrow, if things don't go well, he will definitely go back to his territory. But you have no options. Ambazonia is all you have. So if you have somebody like that who is not saying anything concerning what is happening in your territory, you have to check your surrounding very well. You have to think about it very well. It's not a matter of playing games. It's not about the fact that they have stayed there for decades. They only know Amazonia. It's a lie. They have been deceiving us. That is a big lie. If they knew that they were Ambazonians, all of them would have joined us in this race. All of them would have been pumping all the monies that they have as businessmen to make sure we have this independence. But what do? They raise funds and send to Yaoundé for Yaoundé to buy more equipment, pretend like they are with us to come and kill our people. Enough of those games. We have discovered them and we are not going to let them slip away again.
And I
Thank
just want
you.
to add that our civilians must play a very vital role in this whole process. The main areas that these people are settling, we've got a county like Fako. Fako is heavily infiltrated. We've got main urban areas. Fako is the real top of the list. Meme heavily infiltrated as well. We've got Mezam is heavily infiltrated. And this area that they would sell, disseminate into the other counties. So we're calling on all our civilians. You can't afford to trust anybody who is not blood. Blood is thicker than water. Trust blood. Sometimes you can't you gotta be very careful. I can't really say you should trust with your blood. Blood sometimes could be infiltrated and then they end up killing you. So please trust nobody. We're calling on the people in Meme, Fako, and Mezam. You guys need to be very vigilant because this is where the La Republic intelligence will settle down and then walk their ways around, and then integrate into our communities, infiltrate you guys. So we're calling on all our civilians, especially in the urban areas, be very vigilant. Be your brother's keeper. Be your sister's keeper. You cannot we cannot to lose this war at this very moment. If you kill one field marshal as the SOS, we are going to raise 10 more field marshals. This revolution is not ending anytime soon. If La Republique wants us to continue tooth for tooth, we are going to continue in that manner. So, Rev Asong, let's continue. I think do you have something to talk to the people of Fako? Fako is very I've mentioned Boya, Idinao, Moyoka, Tico, and Victoria. These are the main LGAs that we have in Fako County. And we got to make sure our people are very vigilant. So if you're there, if you have something, let's talk to the people of Kupe Maninguba if you have nothing to add to the people of Fako.
Thank you, Secretary Ghana. I want to tell the people of Fako that they have been so comfortable for all these years because of the politics the corn pastor was playing with the CPDM brothers and sisters, the parliamentarians, the senators, and those contracts that they had with them. Let me tell you all, even if tomorrow, after the transitional period, I am not the Secretary of State, I will assure that the game ahead will be different. The game ahead will be different in Fako. We learned that a lot of you have buried what kind of juju or whatever. But let me tell you, in the days where your forefathers were fighting the Germans, there was a song that they used to sing, and the powers were coming out to fight. We are going to use that same power and wisdom to defeat all of you that have decided to sell your birthright because of crumbs of food, crumbs of bread from the enemies. And I will assure you that those your juju or whatever they call it, incantation that the people did in Fako that has weakened most of the fighters, the genuine fighters, not the ones that have collected money from you people. Those incantations that all of you have made to weaken some of those fighters, you all will be surprised that in the days ahead, the game will change. Some will say that but this is what you have been saying since you guys took over. Yes, it's a working process. We are in the war room and we are working on strategies. Trust me, when you all start seeing the manifestation of what we have been working, you will know that we were not just talking the talk, but we are walking the walk. In the days ahead, all those things will come to limelight. And those in Kupe Maningoba are no different. We learned that Elompo and his gangs are going around giving food and sardine, defeating the people, telling them that La République du Cameroon is thinking about them, is going to give them roads, is going to give them light. And this is the question I want all of them to ask themselves. For all these 60 years that we've been together with La République, why just of a sudden you want to give us roads and light? Why? Which is our right. What happened in the past 60 years? Where were you in the past 60 years? Those are the questions I want all Ambazonians, the civilians on the ground, in all the 13 counties to be asking some of those your good for nothing elite CPDM confused all politicians. Those are some of the things I want all of you to ask them. That where has Paul Biya been for 60 years? Where were you when we were suffering, garnishing our teeth? Where were you? Why did you not give us this road? Why did you not listen to the teachers? Why did you not listen to the lawyers? When they shouted and cried and said, all we need is take out the magistrates, the French teachers in our territory. Why did Paul Biya not listen to that cry when it was peaceful? They waited until we have lost about 40,000 of Ambazonians, our youth, our kids, our mothers, our brothers and sisters are being burnt, and then they turn around to give us some useless constructions of road. ARF, this is a message for all of you. Any caterpillar that you see in your territory, make sure it is set ablaze. Any trailer transporting petrol or timber out of Ambazonia, make sure those vehicles are set ablaze. Enough of romancing. Anytime you see any of these old politicians around your neighborhood, make sure they don't return back to Yaoundé, because all of them, their children are in Yaoundé, their children are overseas going to school. They will turn around and bring crumbs of bread while they live in AC. They live in air-conditioned house. They turn around, deceive you with bread and sardine and rice and tell you Pobia is thinking about you. Hell no. We don't need Pobia's reward now. We have passed that stage. He should take it to Mbomeka. We don't need it in Ambazonia. We don't need it. Tell
We are doing.
that we don't need those roads. If you see any of those trailers or caterpillars in your neighborhood, set it ablaze. ARF, this message is for all of you. That is the only way all of you can come out from the bushes. If you keep romancing with this elite, these old politicians in our territory, we will never have this independence. Clean out every enablers, clean out every La République agent, clean out every blacklegs. That's all I have come to tell all of you. Don't be discouraged because of the death of FM the King. Avenge his death. Go aggressively. Those of you in Meme, get into La République territory in your neighborhood. However you can maneuver yourself to get into their territory when you get there. cause damage, cause havoc. Let them feel the pains that our parents are feeling. Look at what happened in Akwaya. They went and burned the entire village. They went and burned the hospital in Manu. We are not, we are not going to fold our arms, continue to say that the Geneva Convention, hell no, we are not going to tolerate it anymore. It's time for us to go offensive, and the time is now. Thank you.
Offensiveness. That's brilliant message as well. What you were just talking about the elites. There are some elites in Kupema Ningumba, especially in Bangem and Tombe. We continue to keep an eye on those elites. We hope they have listened. They've got your message really clear. In the BLM, let's see, we got Allo, we got Fontaine, we got Wabani. We heard there's some elites in the BLM who have been trying to be a headache to the BLM people. What is there a message for them as well?
Yes, together we have messages for all the 13 counties, slaves elites, people that have decided to sell their birthrights, their rightful inheritance, because of selfish greed and ego. For those of you that call yourself elites from the BLM, Lebang in particular, as you put your communique out there, we are waiting for all of you to come and put the BLM back to normalcy. If you think you kill Field Marshal the King and the BLM is going to go back to normal, even if you bribe all the fighters in the BLM county, we will bring Ambazonian fighters in the BLM just to make sure that normalcy does not return in the BLM county. We can assure all of you, we saw some videos of people trying to make some fake roads. For decades, the BLM had never had a road, talk less of light or water. And you turn around after killing thousands of Ambazonia. You think you can go to Launde, collect money, put into your pocket, bribe a few to bring the BLM to normalcy. That is not going to happen. If you bribe all the Red Dragons and all the fighters in the BLM, we will make sure we bring other fighters to make sure the BLM is ungovernable. There is no normalcy in no BLM county. We are going to make sure we take this independent, and we are making sure that we take over some counties. And BLM is the first county that is ungovernable, and no elite can make it governable by La République du Cameroon. We'll be moving from one county to the other to gather that momentum to take over that territory. It has to start somewhere. I don't know why some of you are not getting the point. In every revolution, in every war, there must be a taking over of some territories. There must be some counties, some countries, some villages must pay the price. It can never be the same. Some will sacrifice to an extent to make sure that that independence is realistic. I don't know why some of you are not getting the message. You keep comparing that, oh, Bui is this other county is that. No, it's a gradual process. We've taken over the BLM territory. Any SDO that is preparing to go for installation, I learned that the DO of our law was appointed as the SDO of the BLM. We are waiting for Okalia Bilai to go down to the BLM for that installation. You will know that the fact that FMA is not there, there is somebody more powerful than what you guys were thinking. I can assure all of you that that installation is going to be bloody if you try to go and provoke us by installing anybody, any colonial SDO in the BLM County. If you try to provoke us, you will see the real bloody war in Ambazonia. Trust me, and the war will cross over to Cham. We are not playing. We are serious about it. For those in Kupema and Inguma, we are just so ashamed of some of you, how you are forgotten so soon what these colonial masters massacre a lot of your people in the days of Makiza. It's just a disgrace. It's a shameful thing to watch some of your sons and daughters go to Yaoundé, that same Yaoundé who committed a lot of massacre of your people, collect crumbs of bread, come to deceive some of you that Papa don't talk say, Papa say, and all of you believe, and you fell for those cheap blackmails, those cheap talks. But let me tell you, no matter how you try to play it, any caterpillar that is in Kupe Maningoma, the ARF will make sure they set it ablaze. No construction in any 13 counties. We are not approving any construction in Ambazonia. No reconstruction, nothing until justice and peace it is on the ground. We are not going to lose 40,000 of our people just for some few old politicians to think that they can return normalcy to Ambazonia. We are not going to allow that to happen in Ambazonia territory. You can take it to the bank that anybody who venture to do any reconstruction or construction of roads or anything, we are going to set it ablaze. Whether you are an Ambazonia or not, no construction in Ambazonia from now henceforth during this period of war. If you want to construct, tell Yaoundé to come to the table. Let's sit and talk. Let's go our separate way. Let justice and peace prevail. Then you can go and do construction. If you try to violate the law, we will visit that property. We are not beating around the bush on this. And for those of you that are setting confusion to our civilians on the ground about lockdown, listen to me and listen good. We have what it would take to make sure those of you that are bent in confusing our people, in disturbing their mind, their peace, with all these mixed instructions and mixed confusion, we'll deal with you people when we get to Buea. When we get this independent, trust me, none of you will go free. Our people have suffered enough. There is just one IG, which is led by Iya Marietta. And if you don't get any information from the Secretary of Communication, which is Secretary Chris, that there is a lockdown, there is no point for some of you to even be getting confused. We don't have a two government. There is no two captain in any ship. Our forefathers had a government. They were not two government. We are not going to allow some few power mongers to keep setting confusion on the ground in the name that they are leaders or they are frontline leaders or they are whatever they call themselves. Ambazonia is going to be an organized country where people that try to bring confusion will be brought to book. So please, there is no lockdown in Ambazonia. Not that I know of, not anytime soon. If there will be any lockdown, Secretary Chris, who is the Secretary for Communication for the Ambazonia interim government, will make that announcement clean and clear. And the ANSC and the ARF will concur to that and will send out communique on that lockdown. For now, there is no lockdown. If the ARF on the ground feel that the Field Marshal's funerals, which is coming up on the 13th of August, if you all think that it is necessary for us to observe one day of mourning, then we'll all contribute to that. We'll agree on that as one family, and we'll make that announcement known to Ambazonia. As for now, there is no lockdown as far as this interim government is concerned. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Secretary Ghana, do you have any more questions? If not, Secretary Chris.
I think you've touched everything that that's important at the moment. Our people should understand that there's no lockdown in the 13 counties. If there's any information out there about a lockdown, there's no lockdown from the interim government has not declared any lockdown. Generals, our field marshals on the ground they're aware of that. I just wanted to just add to what you said there, Rev Asong, those trying to reconstruct structures in Ambazonia. especially in Fako, Ilam, and in Meme, the three main urban areas that are where the interim government is aware, and we've got intelligence on the ground as well. So if you are thinking about constructing any structure on the ground, just consult the interim government. So without that, if you consult La Republic and some to you along the way while you're carrying on your investment or whatever you're doing there, it's up to you yourself to blame. So follow the right channel. You're not supposed to be doing that during war. This is war. Blood is being spilled everywhere across the territory. Please, please, let's collaborate. Let's collaborate and make sure we kick La Republic out of the territory. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Ghana. Thank you, Secretary Chris. I want to let the ARF know that unity is good, but we have to be careful with those we unite with. The face of our revolution has been taken away, so there is zero tolerance. The face of our revolution, which is FMA the King, has been taken away by enablers, blacklegs. So there is zero tolerance to enablers and blacklegs. We came to motivate all of you and to inspire all of you that your momentum were down. We know a lot of Ambazonians have lost courage, are disappointed with what the BLM, especially the Lebang people, did by killing their own and handing the corpse to La République du Cameroon. It's a shame, yes, but that should not demoralize any Ambazonian. We have to avenge the death of FMA the King. We have to make sure that junction in Kumba is called FMA Junction, not Colonial Junction. We have to remember that. That's the only way we can appreciate his effort. We should remember that he was a military guy working for La République. From what he told me, all his life savings of 48 million, he decided to withdraw the money, move from Yaoundé, go to Lebialem where there is no light, there is no water, there is no roads. He abandoned all the luxury to go to Lebialem into the suburb, into those forests, to make sure Ambazonians get their independence. How many of these blacklegs are willing to do that? They are busy fighting for their personal gains and interests and their family's inheritance for what they will leave for their children. FM has left his children. His children are now fatherless. The wife is now a widow because he was willing and ready to make sure the people of Ambazonia have their independence. So what I can encourage all of us is for us to avenge for his death. We should not allow his death to go in vain. We should not allow those who plan for his killing to go in vain. We should not allow those Lebialem funds that said that he is responsible for them abandoning their palaces, step their feet in Ambazonia. We should make sure they are enemies to our independence. Whether they deny it or not, if they move back to their palaces like they are planning to make sure the BLM go back to normalcy, we will make sure they live miserable in that territory. Ambazonia is a challenge to all of you. For someone like this, who let go everything, forgo everything, decided to stay in the dungeon of La Republique, abandon it to go into the dungeon of the BLM people county, to live there for 6 years counting, to make sure he invents all this equipment, all this Asongani, Lefangse, and Kange that was distributed to all the territories of Ambazonia. The only thing we can give him is to name that particular junction as FMA Junction. That's the only thing we can appreciate, even his family, that the sacrifices your son gave to Ambazonia did not go in vain. It is well recognized. We appreciate you people for allowing your son to abandon his luxury to come and fight for Ambazonia people. We appreciate all the other generals for all their sacrifices, for all their efforts, for all their willingness. Despite all the odds, they have decided to abandon their loved ones, their children at home, and they are living in the forest to make sure we have the independence. For that reason, none of you is supposed to smile with any blackleg or enabler in your community. For that reason that you have abandoned your luxury, abandoned your love life, abandoned your social life, abandoned your economic life, and you are living in the forest to make sure we have independence. And some few Ambazonians are working tirelessly to make sure you all are being killed. Please listen to me and listen good. It is time for all of you to sort them out with no mercy. Sort them out with no mercy. Because when you continue to romance with them, they will destroy this independence. And everything that we have worked for will go in vain because of some few individuals that are working for their personal interests. Please, let's not allow that to happen. Let's not allow what has happened to FMA the king, betrayed by his own people, to happen to any other generals. Please, I'm pleading with all the generals and FMA that are still out there. The FMAs in Kupe Maninguba, those in Meme, in Fako, Ndian, Boyo, Goketunja, Mezam, Bui, Menchum. Please watch your back. Watch your back. Watch your surrounding. Don't trust anybody. Trust yourself and your God. Don't trust anybody, even the fighters among you. Don't trust them. If you're going for any operation, make sure you don't disclose that operation a day before. Take all their phones before you plan any operation. So there will be no way anybody can betray by making a phone call. Make sure you seize their phone when planning any attack. Don't allow anybody to tell you they are going to their house or they want to go anywhere. If you are planning for a mission, please don't allow any fighter to leave the camp. If you are planning for a mission, don't allow any fighter to have a phone. Take all their phones until you go to that mission and come back. Don't give them their phones. Those numerous phones in the camp are the problems we are having in this revolution. Every fighter wants to make a phone call. The least 1 million that is dropped into their account, they betray the revolution. They are not looking at the bigger picture. They are looking at the temporal crumbs that they are about to gain. They've forgotten that when we get Ambazonia, they will be the leaders of the military of this Ambazonian revolution. Nobody is going to come from somewhere and lead these military fighters of Ambazonia. Nobody should deceive you people. All these grammarians outside here, that think they know all the English and the grammar, they have gone to school, they will be the one to lead you people. Hell no. When we get Ambazonians, all your sacrifices will not go in vain. You will be the one to lead the revolution. You will lead the Ambazonian war. You will lead the military. Don't allow anybody, those in DDR, to deceive you that you are suffering. Your suffering is worth it. It is necessary. You need to suffer to get your freedom. If you don't suffer, you cannot get any freedom. Nobody should deceive you that you are suffering, you are sleeping in the bushes, you are sleeping under the rain. Come out and enjoy life. Temporal life has nothing to do. The permanent life is very important. Die like a hero, don't die like a chicken. Don't die as a betrayer. Die like somebody who gave his all, who gave her all to make sure her people are free, to make sure his people are free. Die like a hero. Please, ARF, watch your back. Please, civilians of Ambazonia, stay strong, stay resolute, stay focused until we get to Buea. Locate all the enemies in your surrounding and inform the ARF. Locate all the blacklegs and CPDM elite and let the ARF know all those blacklegs in your various quarters. Let me repeat myself. Any construction in Ambazonia is suspended. No normalcy in any 13 counties is permitted. The churches or any activities are not allowed. We are going to be more aggressive more than ever before because some of you are taking us for granted. Some of you Ambazonians are taking us for granted. The fact that we are a peace-loving people does not mean that we are going to allow you people to stop us from getting our rightful independence. We're going to do everything possible to be more aggressive this time around. We have been so lenient with all of you that you are taking us for granted. Leniency is out of the context now. There is no more leniency for any blackleg and nebula. No more mercy for any blackleg or a nebula. All the CPDM's elites, I'm warning all of you to move to Yaoundé. If you are picked up, there is no mercy for you because you guys are the problems of this revolution. You are a hindrance to us moving forward with your blood money corrupting fighters here and there. Blood money corrupting our brothers and sisters who are vulnerable, corrupting them with 100,000, with 50,000, with 10,000, making them vulnerable to betray their loved ones. You are not welcome in Ambazonia anymore. If you want to be La Republique agent, move to La Republique. When we pick you up, there is no mercy. Ambazonians, thank you very much. God bless you. Stay strong, stay focused. Don't be demoralized by the dismay of FMA the King. Please, let's avenge his death. That's what he would like to see. In his grave or wherever he is, he would like to smile in his grave and say, wow, I fought a good fight. Though I did not finish it, but those that are left finished the fight and they finish it strong by getting this independent when we will be celebrating in Bongo Square. So remember to change the name from Bisek Junction, Kumba, to FMA Junction in Kumba. That's Meme County. But that's for all Ambazonians and all the generals. Let's honor our icon. Let's honor our Field Marshal, the King. All of you were calling him Pa Field Marshal. Let's honor him and put shame to all his killers and perpetrators of his assassins. And those that killed him, will make sure we bring them to book. You all should have confidence, stay strong, and stay focused. Any more questions, Secretary Ghana?
That's all good. Thank you very much. Our people must remember that construct any construction in Ambazonia, that's considered a felony. So no construction in Ambazonia during this time of war. Everything is suspended. If you are caught constructing any structures in Ambazonia, you will have yourself to blame. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Ghana. We cannot emphasize that enough. We've made it very clear there is no lockdown in Ambazonia. There is no construction allowed in Ambazonia. There is no reconstruction in Ambazonia. There is no normalcy in Ambazonia. We cannot emphasize that enough. Lockdown is illegal. Nobody has declared it. Anybody trying to declare lockdown or to put lockdown on our people is an enemy to our people's happiness and progress. It's an enemy to the Ambazonia revolution. We are not ready for any lockdown now. Any lockdown will come from Secretary Chris Anu, who is the communications spokesperson for Ambazonia and the interim government of President Marietta. We also like to make Ambazonians to know that this interim government is a transitional government, and within 6 months, they will be conducting election. So I know some Ambazonians are fond of clicking onto individuals. Please, let's have a mindset, a free mindset, that whoever wins the election, whoever becomes the Secretary of State for Defense, we will fall behind that person, we will support them fully. We should avoid all this fraction here and there. Anybody trying to form their own group when they are voted out or when things don't go the way they want, please. And for those that are focused in doing those acts, we'll make sure when we get to Buea, we'll know how to place such people. Ambazonia should have a free mind. It's a democratic country and we are going to implement it. We're going to make sure everything goes according to the constitution of Ambazonia. Elections will be coming up, I think, in September, if I'm not mistaken. Whoever wins, please fall behind them and support them. Let's make sure we get this independent by fire, by force, so we can get to Buea. And if you are interested in running in any of these positions, you can run. For now, let's please avoid all this fraction. We are inviting all the other leaders that are interested for unity. Come on board and let's work together. Let's make sure we free homeland as fast as possible. I want to cut 21 gun salute to General Transporter for a wonderful job that you did there in Meme. God bless you. We are together. We are all sons and daughters of Ambazonia. Don't allow any leader to bring confusion among us. And for all the other fighters that have been carrying out activities, Gokitunja, Boyo, Bui, and all the other counties, 21 gun salute for all una. Una place day. God bless una. Una stay strong. Una continue for fight. We'll make sure 8 million Ambazonia come one day can celebrate with una. Make sure say we sing this song. Papa no dey o, mama no dey o. If you want to kill me, I die. We go so fight this direct boya. Amba no go tire. Holy water day. Holy water day. We're going to join in Bongo Square one day and we'll all sing together in love, because we know that we have no godfather, no godmother. We are on our own, but God is going to do it possible for us to celebrate this independence one day. Just stay strong, stay focused, be resolute, watch your back, watch your surrounding, make sure you clean the house, take out all enablers, take out all blacklegs. All those constructing in Ambazonia during war are considered blacklegs. We want to check if they are supporting the revolution or not. If they are not supporting this revolution, they are considered blackleg. We don't care whether you say it is not by force, it's by force. Because once we have this independence, a lot of you will come there opening your businesses freely, while some of us are investing our own money to make sure we have the independence. So it is by force. You must pay your dues for us to have this independence. If you don't pay your dues, you are considered blacklegs. We don't care how you look at it, but you are going to pay your dues to support this revolution. There are so many ways you can support the revolution. We have the refugees. We have those in prison that are dying on a daily basis because of cholera, malaria, or all sorts of disease. The conditions in which they are lying in those prisons are horrible. So if you think you are not interested in the war, you have to do the humanitarian support. If you don't do it and you are busy investing for tomorrow to mock some of us who have no investment, we are going to make sure that does not come to realization. It is better for you to join the train and support the humanitarian aspect of this revolution. There are so many ways. Don't tell us that you are supporting in your own way, because we need all the track records. If you are supporting in your county, we need your track records. If you are supporting in your LGA, we need your track records. We are not going to pamper all those people who think they want to play smart in this revolution, while some of us are spending all our monies to make sure we support the injured Ambazonians, the fighters, the women that are having children in the bushes, those refugees sleeping on the floor in Ground One, in Morocco, in Ghana. We are not going to be fools. Monkey, the walk, bamboo, the chop, it will not happen in this Ambazonian revolution. 8 million Ambazonians are going to be taxed, and if you don't pay, you will not enter. And if you are constructing, we'll make sure we stop that construction. Until you pay your own contribution, your construction will not continue. You can take it to the bank. That is what we have set. Thank you all once more. I thought it was necessary for me to come and address the ARF and the Ambazonia people, because I realized a lot of people were sending me messages asking what is going on. Nothing was going on. It's just that I lost a couple of family members within 2 months. I lost about 4 people, and I was just in the mood of, and then FMA 2 just happened. That's 5. So it wasn't easy, but I was still in the war room working strategies. So I cannot give up this war. Never, until we get to Buea. So no matter what happened, I want to encourage all of you to stay fast and stay strong. Stay focused. We are in this together. It was necessary for me to come out and address and encourage, motivate all of you, especially the ARF that are presently sleeping under the rain, under the mosquitoes, with monkeys, animals, snakes in the bushes. We truly, truly, truly honor all of you. We truly love all of you for your sacrifices. We truly encourage all of you to stay fast. Your reward is going to be when we get this independent. Even in death or alive, we are still going to reward you and reward your families for your sacrifices, your patience, your tolerance, despite all our shortcomings in the diaspora and Facebook insults. We appreciate all of you for your tolerance, and we pray that God continue to bless all of you and make you work stronger and stronger. God bless you. We love you all. Stay strong. Please remember to clean out all the enablers. Remember to clean out all the blacklegs. Remember to take out all CPDM's elite, all the agents, all DDR agents. All those DDR agents are enemies to our Ambazonian revolution. Please take them all out of our territory. They have declared war on us. We are declaring war on them. We have 2 enemies, internal enemy and external enemies, which are La République du Cameroon. We're going to first of all clean the internal enemies before we handle the external enemies, which is La République du Cameroon. Because the internal enemies are the one encouraging La République du Cameroon to come into our territory. They are the one giving La République du Cameroon information on how to maneuver in our territory. I hope you all can understand that. So there is a reason why we have to first of all tackle the internal enemies, so that we can have our freedom of fighting La République du Cameroon without looking our bags or looking sideways to see if somebody is there, or somebody might shoot me from behind who is my own fighter or something like that. We need to clean internal enemies first before we cross to La République du Cameroon. But our mission is crossing over to La République du Cameroon. We are going offensive now. We are going offensive. Aggressive offensive is what we are going to do now. Thank you very much, Dr. Chris, for having us in your ABS. Our condolences to your family for the loss of your your brother, your everything, FMA the King, Ambazonia hero, icon. Our condolences, and hopefully by the grace, we'll be calling on Ambazonians to support the families or support the Red Dragons to revitalize the ARF and the Red Dragons that are in the BLM County. In the days ahead, we are going to launch a fundraise. Please, let's challenge the killers of FMA. Come out in your numbers and let's raise funds for FMA the King, so that whoever succeeds FMA or who is the second in command, we will be well equipped to make sure that normalcy does not return to the BLM County. We thank you all, Ambazonians, for watching. Thank you all, Ground Zero. Thank you all, refugees. Be encouraged, be strong, stay focused, be patient, no matter the insult, no matter what comes your way, have faith. The Bible says, have faith in God, anchor in God, put all the armor of God. Fear not, for there is a green light at the end of the tunnel. Fear not. Stay focused. Stay resolute. And believe God that he who started a good fight must surely complete it. We must have this independent. Don't worry about what people are saying. Oh, when una go reach Boya. Oh, when una go reach Season Satos, una go reach Boya. Don't worry about all those things. Those are enemies of happiness. Those are distractors. Please, don't worry about them. Don't listen to them. Stay focused. We'll have this independent. The Lord showed a lot of us before we joined this independent. It's because of the blacklegs and nebulas that has caused us to get to this level. From what the Lord showed some of us, this revolution would have been long achieved. But because of blacklegs, greed, selfishness of Ambazonians, we are where we are. But the Lord is still telling us that we are going to have this independent. So please don't be discouraged. Stay strong and stay focused. We are together in this. Some of you are sleeping in the forest. We are sleeping at home, but we have no peace because we are worried about all of you on a single daily basis. Every single day, we are worried about our loved ones, all of you in the bushes. What will happen to this general? How are these generals doing? How are the commanders doing? What have they eaten? We are worried about you people. So we are putting a lot of strategies in place to make sure that this fight comes to an end as fast as possible, and you will see it in the days ahead. But get ready for any mission that will call on any general. If you call on a general to supply us missions, real missions, be ready to give us real missions so they can take up the task and do what we want them to do as fast as possible. Thank you very much, Secretary Chris. I think we'll be ending there from now. It has been such a wonderful show. I want to thank Secretary Ghana for joining because defense has to go with home affairs. So we just want to thank you for joining the show so that you can talk to the Ambazonia people concerning the counties and LGA, the importance for all of them to join their counties, their LGAs, the importance for all of them to pay their AR fee, their CID, so that they can increase the firepower on the ground. So it's very necessary for us to pay our AR fee. If you have not paid, please go to your county, go to the website and register for your AR fee. It's $50 a month, it's $100 a month. Let's pay this fee so that the firepower can increase on ground zero. Thank you all very much, and God bless you. Stay strong, stay focused. Thank you, Secretary Chris. God bless you. We love you all. Bye-bye.